Tony, we're going to talk about Ronda Rousey fighting Gina Carano, okay, in Jake Paul's most valuable promotions fight on Netflix. My question for you is, if you could fight any celebrity who is not a professional fighter for money, who would it be?
Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers, and I don't even have to ask why. Do you think you'd beat him?
Yes, let's take out his legs.
That works. I mean, that's what happened for the Jets. I'm pointing at you. You know what that means.
What? No.
Roll the music.
Oh, I'm sorry. I keep on forgetting.
You want to talk about sports?
Yes, I want to talk about sports.
You want to get a real job? You want to talk about sports?
Sports.
Sports?
Sports.
Sports?
Sports.
All right, sports it is.
Welcome to Tony's Upset, a sports podcast fueled by autism and brotherhood. I'm your host, Tony Cinelli, along with my co-host, Gianni Cinelli. How are you, Gianni?
Tony, I'm doing good. I'm actually excited to talk some fighting. I've done some research, so I didn't come in looking like an idiot like usual. And I wanted to do, a little bit of conversation about some of these fights that are coming up on the horizon. Now, last podcast, you talked about how you've been kind of frustrated with Dana White not announcing things. Maybe by the time we've posted this, he would have come out and said some more things, but for the most part, it's kind of been radio silence, right?
Yes.
But in the meantime, we can talk about UFC 326, right?
Right.
When is UFC 326 going to be?
Yes, UFC 326 is March 7th. It's for the BMF belt. It's a rematch between Max Holloway and Charles Oliveira.
Okay. Now let's talk about this. Do you want to start at the bottom of the card, or do you want to start at the top of the card? As far as the main card goes.
Let's do the bottom of the card.
Okay. First up, we got Gregory Rodriguez versus Bruno Ferreira.
Yeah, these are both older guys, but they're in the prime.
Okay.
Trying to think. We still have another week ahead, so I'm gonna pick Ferreira in this one.
Why?
Sometimes I see a finish, and I know this Bruno Ferreira is a finisher. And he'll just come at you, with nothing, with no scale.
Just no regard for his own safety. He's going to come after you. I like that. And I like that in a fighter. It's really entertaining. Let's now talk Rob Font against
Raul Rojas Jr.
Excellent enunciation skills.
Thank you.
Does Rob Font have 9 losses?
Yes.
Do they just not have a lot of guys in the bantamweight? I mean, talk to me about that.
Rob Font's been in UFC for nearly 10 years, maybe over 10 years.
Oh, this is another one of those age matchups.
Yes.
38 versus 21.
And, this young Raul is still trying to become the youngest ever champion.
For the bantamweight division?
Yeah, no, ever in the UFC.
Okay.
But, sorry, I'm just Rob Font is 38 years old, but he's still proving himself, though.
So it's not like a finished thing where it's like, we know what Rob Font is, we don't need to see more Rob Font. There's still more in the tank for Rob Font.
Yes.
Okay.
And but like you said, the UFC wants to give him this up-and-comer Rojas Jr.
Well, that's what the UFC does. When they have a guy that they're not sure if they should cut from the roster, they're gonna feed feed them to the young guy for coming.
Yes, but Raul is coming back over nearly a year off. His last few performances, I haven't been impressed with.
Okay.
And Rob Font, he's lost a couple, but his last performance, he still showed up against a up-and-comer and David Martinez.
Okay.
He was a year and a half ago. He was a plus 500 underdog.
Did he win that fight?
Yes.
Wow.
No, not against his last fight.
Okay.
But a couple of fights ago, and he took on another up-and-comer.
Is that when he was a plus 500 underdog?
Yep.
Okay,
and
that's
Kyle
impressive.
Phillips, and he won that fight.
So who do you got in this one?
I'm picking Raul Rojas Jr. Yeah, that's why but I think Rob Font can give him a tough fight. That's why I'm
You think it's going to be a good fight then?
I do.
Okay.
A gritty fight.
Antonio,
Yes.
Antonio.
Yes.
I was going to say Kyle, but I know it's Kyle now.
Yes.
Kyle Barala.
Yep.
I've learned from the last time I'm trying to say his name, is fighting our man who really disappointed us when we went to Vancouver
Yep.
and lost to Kyle Allen. Did I tell you I had a dream?
Brandon Allen.
Brandon Allen.
Kyle Allen, the football player.
Josh Allen.
Josh Allen.
No. I had a dream where I was like waiting.
Yeah, when
tables.
did it actually quit?
No, I had a dream that I was like, I don't know, waiting tables at a sports bar, and what was his name? Brandon Allen?
Brandon Allen.
Yeah, I had a dream that like he was my table. I was like, yeah, I went and saw this fight in Vancouver, and he's like, oh, the one against RDR, and I was like, yeah. He goes, yeah, I'm what's his face, and I was like, no way, you're what's his face. Yeah, and then I woke up. I don't know. I think I just dream about wings a lot. Anyways, that's not relevant. TT, RDR or Kyle Dorala? Who do you got?
Oh, Kyle.
Really?
Yeah.
You think RDR
RDR is the only way he can win this one is Wesley, but Kyle has really good Wesley takedown defense.
How old is Kyle Dorala?
Like 32, 33.
Okay. So is he one of the better guys in the middleweight division?
You know, it's funny, like when he fought Imanov and then actually in the last main event, Hernandez was supposed to fight this guy.
Oh my, that's Matt Hernandez?
Yes.
Oh my goodness. So when we were supposed to go to Vancouver, we were supposed to see Hernandez.
Yes.
What? Oh man, it's like they're all in the same like sport. That's crazy. So
same division.
So Kyle, you think he's gonna beat him?
Yes.
Now RDR has gotta bounce back. He's gotta bounce back.
I think he's gonna show this will probably be the co-main event.
Yeah. But if RDR wants to like stake his claim as like not a guy who's washed, he has to show up here, right?
Yep.
He has, and beating Kyle.
But even though if he shows up, I mean Kyle is just a lot more stronger.
Yeah. Okay. Do you want to talk more about that, or you want to go to the main event?
Let's go to the main event.
Charles Oliveira versus
Oliveira.
Yep, Oliveira. That's what I said.
No, my name is Oliveira.
Okay, well.
How do you name all these soccer players so well?
Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna put Tottenham Hotspur's roster, and I'm gonna make you name players. Hotspur. It shouldn't be that hard, actually. We got a pretty easy team. Okay. This is what we're gonna do. Tony, what's that word?
Xavier Simmons.
Zabi Simmons.
Zabi Simmons. Mohammed Kudos.
I made that easy for you. Oh, here we go. That one right there.
Dejan.
Dejan. Kulisevsky. Jalapalina.
Okay.
Kota Takai.
I'm sorry, my brother.
Talk to me nice, Antonio. Talk to me nice.
Yeah, and somehow your friends make fun of you.
Okay. So, talk to me about this main card.
The main event.
Okay.
Matt Holloway versus Charles Oliveira. You know, it's so crazy to me. Like, Matt Holloway has been in the UFC for nearly 15 years. His last fight, he fought Dustin Poirier, and we actually walked up that main card at Buffalo Wild Wings.
Yep.
And
is that the one that, no, that's not the one that went like 5 rounds and it was like a bloodbath, was it?
No, I think it was. No, that was.
That was it, okay.
And that was Matt Holloway's first fight against Dustin Poirier, but like...
And he beat Poirier.
Yes, but, I had another saying and now I can't. But...
He's been in there for 15 years. Mm-hmm. His last fight was against Dustin Poirier.
Yeah, which was his first fight. And continuing off, and like, Charles Oliveira, I think, has been in the UFC for 17 years. And, you know, Oliveira didn't start off really well. He was 7 for 7 in the UFC. And if in this day of age, you would be cut by the UFC. But these two guys met 11 years ago in a main event, and Holloway won. Holloway won because Oliveira got injured. Remembering that correctly.
It was a round 1 knockout. I'll put it in the show notes, but it might have been an injury.
Yes, that's what I think that said it was injured. But these guys have been continuing, and you know we're gonna be talking about age coming up soon. But like Holloway's 34, Oliveira's 36. They were so young in the UFC, and they continue. The UFC
That's longevity,
kept
especially in a
these guys.
combat sport.
Yes.
Especially in a sport that will cut you for not doing well. I mean, that's
Oh
longevity. right
yeah.
there. That's
Now,
impressive.
now if you're just wrestling, the UFC doesn't care what your record is. If they think you're boring, like they just cut a guy who was like undefeated in the UFC, like 7-0, but he was so boring that they cut him.
What do you do? Sit on people? Like an elephant?
Basically,
Now, you said that Charles Oliveira, Charles Oliveira, was 7-7 to start?
in the UFC.
He's 36-11.
No, I meant his UFC record.
Oh, okay. So that's more than just UFC right there.
Yes.
Okay, that's fair. So, who do you got winning this fight?
I got Matt. No, wait, no. Again, these are so tough for me.
Tell me why. You don't have to just give an answer. Tell me why. Why is it tough? What do you like about each fighter? What do you dislike? What's the nuance here the audience needs to understand?
And I just think Oliveira is dangerous. You know, like he met Holloway years ago when he was doing that 7-7 one. Now, Matt is like a character who never dies. You kill him and then just comes back to life.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. Did you get that from someone else, or did you just come up with that right now?
I've heard it, but yeah.
That's good. Okay, so who do you got winning then?
These are tough. These are actually tough a week out, and I still don't know. Actually, maybe 2 weeks out.
Yeah, from the time of posting?
Yes.
About 2 weeks.
Right now I have Oliveira winning
Okay.
by stoppage in the 4th round. I think he can submit him. This Charles is dangerous on the ground.
Okay. Well, that's awesome.
But I might change it by...
Well, if you do, we can put out like a short form content of you explaining why you've changed your mind. Sound good?
Yep.
Awesome. And if you don't know, you can always find our content online. We're posting short form content on TikTok, on YouTube, on Facebook, on Instagram. And you can find that all in the link tree that's going to be in our show description. Tony, before we wrap up, I want to talk a little bit more fighting, but outside of the realm of UFC. Well, let me tell you a story about a woman named Ronda Rousey. There was a time in which Ronda Rousey struck fear into the heart of every female fighter. I remember before she lost to Holly Holm, I think she had won like 8 fights in a row, and none of them had gone past a minute. She just knocked out people left and right.
Absolutely.
I was a freshman in college. I walked into a friend's dorm room, and they were like, "Hey, we're watching the Ronda Rousey fight. Do you want to watch?" And I was like, "Oh, this is a girl who fights for like 30 seconds, and then she knocks people out, right?" And they're like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Oh, absolutely." I'm literally on the phone with someone. I'm like, "Give me 30 seconds. This will be over in a second." That was the Holly Holm fight, in which Ronda Rousey lost in the first round.
Second
round?
Yep. She got beaten up in the 1st round.
Yeah, I mean, it was wild. And I think that changed her career. I mean, she still had a good career.
Well, no, she came back a year later and fought Amanda Nunes, and then she got destroyed by Amanda Nunes in 30 seconds. Gosh. And under a minute after about.
That's insanity. Did Amanda Nunes' fight ever get rescheduled?
No. Dana White is saying that they're going to reschedule.
Maybe Dana White can tweet a little bit more about boxing in the meantime.
Yes.
Right? Okay. Sure. All right, so Ronda Rousey, who's now 39, is going to be fighting Gina Carano, who's 43 now, who's been retired for 17 years. You might know Gina Carano. She was a UFC fighter, right?
No, she was never, but she was big in MMA, but she was never actually a UFC fighter.
Okay, but she's in Deadpool. She's in The Mandalorian. You'll know her from the roles. If you look her up, you'll know her immediately. So Ronda Rousey is fighting Gina Carano. Gina Carano, to her credit, although like she's maybe a little old to be doing this, maybe a little, she was really a pioneer for women's MMA. Fighting.
Absolutely.
Like total respect to her. So even though this is a little weird that they're both like coming out of retirement to do this fight, let's talk about why they're doing this. Okay. So Netflix is doing an MMA event with Jake Paul's Most Valuable Promotions. And there's probably just money on the line. There's probably just a lot of money in it, right? Do we know if there's going to be anything else on this card that's interesting?
No.
Do we know if there's even
I'm not gonna probably even watch it.
You're not going to watch it?
No. If I want to, it would probably be fixed, like how Jake Paul always fixes.
You think Jake Paul fixes all his fights?
Yep.
Okay. Let's see if I can find any more information on this. I had information on this. This was all researched. And then I thought to myself, maybe there's more fights on this card.
They probably just didn't announce it yet.
All right. Well, Tony, I mean, do you want to give a prediction on this fight?
Rousey in 10 seconds.
Rousey in 10 seconds?
Yes.
Okay. And do you think that's, well, if it's fixed.
They both come in with walkers.
If it's fixed, it's going to go 20 rounds, okay? If it's not fixed, you think Rousey in 10 seconds?
Yes.
Okay.
She's not over.
So apparently, if I'm reading correctly, Rousey like reached out to Dana White about this fight being on the UFC, and the UFC was like, nah, dog. So, yeah, I guess maybe it's just like the Walker thing.
There's been a lot of Ronda Rousey and Dana White conflict in the past year.
Okay. We can maybe talk about that in the future. Tony, anything else you want to talk about before we wrap up today?
Nope, I'm good.
All right. Well, thank you for listening to Tony's Upset, a sports podcast fueled by autism and brotherhood. Goodbye, y'all.